Hey buddy, watching Dragon Ball Super again?
Yeah, it's really good so far. I guess you can say it's super good.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Well, have you heard about the new BROLY movie that's out in our theaters, like right now?
Yeah, I saw it on Thursday, but I really want to see it again.
Well, sadly I can't take you. But I'm sure that your cool, great, and very loving mother would just love to take her hard-working and awesome YouTuber son to see it again.
And I have my free ticket, too. That way both of us can see the movie for just the price of one.
Wow, that's a great idea, I See Movies, the greatest movie review channel on YouTube. I know that your mother would love to see the movie. Anyway, you get back to recording your review. I'm sure that your loyal fans are eager to hear your review of the new movie. Dragon Ball Super BROLY!
Alright, so BROLY is one of the names of the characters and one of the 10 Saiyans who survived a massacre of the Saiyan race. So now he lives with his dad on a separate planet, being forced to do nothing but train until he becomes the strongest, or at least strong enough for his dad to get revenge on one of the main protagonists, Vegeta, for some personal reasons you'll find out in the movie. BROLY is confirmed to be the strongest character we know of so far, so that makes it a very difficult fight for Goku and Vegeta. But before we get into that, let's talk about the technical aspects of the movie. First, I thought the animation was very good. Sometimes I forget it's an anime because of how smooth everything looks. Sometimes CGI is used because scenes are too hard to draw, but they never take you out of the scene. I also liked the writing. It was pretty emotional, and it had characters that made us feel things. I felt bad for BROLY, and I hated Paragus, which is his father. Both of those things are what the movie intended us to do. I also thought the humor was very good. It has a lot of jokes, and none of them are like, you need to get the show, you need to get every part of the show to understand, but they weren't just kind of shoehorned in there, and they never took you out of the tension that the movie so well delivered. Now, when I say tension, I don't mean in a, is Goku gonna survive the fight kind of way? Because I know the characters will be safe, but that isn't what the film is trying to worry us with. They're trying to worry us with how Goku and Vegeta will defeat BROLY. Because from the very beginning of the fight, it's clear that BROLY is much stronger than both of the other Saiyans. Even though BROLY is the strongest character in the show, I never thought it was impossible for him to die. BROLY always seemed to be winning, but he never really seemed invincible. That's how a strong character should be. They should be very powerful, but always have a weakness that isn't too hard to pull off. Because if they're literally invincible besides the exception of a tiny weakness, then there's no stakes, because you know they'll be okay. And honestly, that is so boring. Who would want to watch that? Oh, Superman! Oh god, I'm sorry. I just have a overrated superhero stuck in my throat. My bad, everybody. In a lot of ways, this movie can be comparable to Avengers Infinity War. I mean, think about it. This movie has a ton of characters we know and love facing a new villain that's been previously hinted at in the past. The movie also explains the backstory to help newcomers understand what's going on a bit better, but it's much more enjoyable for previous fans who've been keeping up with the show. But even so, just because you haven't, won't take away from your enjoyment. I'm about 100 episodes in, and I absolutely loved it. But hey, just as I said, I'm only about 40 episodes in by the time I'm recording this, so let me talk to a real Dragon Ball expert and get their point of view of this movie. The one and only True HQ, everybody.
Thanks, I See Movies. Dragon Ball Super BROLY is a spectacular film if you're a fan of Dragon Ball. Never before have I watched a Dragon Ball movie and wanted so much more. This movie left an amazing impression on me. So much so I'll be happy to see it again and again. The fight scenes are so clean with the dramatic angles the fights take to, and the animation doesn't pull any punches either. It shows that this new style of Dragon Ball isn't messing around. It'll leave you stunned. From the beginning of the movie with the Saiyans and Planet Vegeta, to the end with the fight in Gogeta and Broly, this movie kept a smile on my face the entire time. From the origin of how Frieza was in charge of the Saiyan race, the proud cries from many Vegeta fans as he finally becomes a Super Saiyan God, to the screams of excitement when Gogeta made his canon debut. Dragon Ball Super Broly is amazing. Everyone and their mother should see this. This movie, I can say, is the best Dragon Ball movie ever made.
Well, you heard it here, folks. It's a movie definitely worth checking out, and a movie definitely worth seeing with your mom in a movie theaters. Speaking of movie theaters, I personally think this is something that should and definitely should, I am going to emphasize the definitely should be seen in a movie theaters if given the opportunity. The giant screen and no distractions just make the fight 100% times better than on a regular television. Anyway, so everybody check this out if you're a fan of Dragon Ball, and if you want to start watching Dragon Ball with your son, IC Movies, please mom, then watch this movie. It is so cool. It is so awesome. I hope you all enjoyed the movie, and be sure to subscribe to my friend the True HQ. He's got a great gaming channel for you all, and I'm gonna get back to watching Dragon Ball. Peace out, everybody.